Monday, September 11th, Patriot Day. Thus, I am wearing a red, white, and blue outfit, and I will show you that in just a moment. It started as a Monday. Oh my. My daughter forgot her leaf tree samples for botany, and so I had to call my husband, who then called my mother-in-law, who is going to hopefully bring them to the high school for her so she can have them for second hour. Yes, Monday had to start out funky, but it's going to be a good day. We're starting our math intervention groups today, and today we're just going to be testing so that we can see how to group them for next week. So we only have interventions this week on Monday and Wednesday because tomorrow we have the NED Show, some kind of big assembly, and then Thursday's picture day, so people get pulled willy-nilly all crazy through the day. So there's no way we could try to do interventions that day. And on Fridays we have our early release schedule, so we don't do it on Fridays. So 2 days this week, and both days we'll be testing to figure out where our kids are. We're probably going to group them high, medium, low, and then work on whatever skills they're lacking. So that should be interesting. Today is Healthy Heritage Day, but it's also Patriot Day, and the afternoon time is when I do my science and social studies. So unless I can squeeze it in earlier with my little Patriot Day books, then we'll see if we can get our Healthy Heritage in or not. If not, maybe tomorrow. But then I realized tomorrow's curriculum night. I don't really want to be hot and sweaty for curriculum night, so have to figure that one out. Let me show you what I'm doing for Patriot Day. Alright, so since these kiddos were not alive when Patriot Day happened, as a matter of fact, my daughter was a baby. I was home with her, and she was like 9 months old at the time. I remember seeing all of the footage on the TV, and it was awful and heartbreaking and shocking, and it was something I couldn't believe was happening, and I'm sure you all felt the same way. So I don't go into details with my little firsties because they don't need to be afraid. There's already enough violence in the world that they do know about. I don't want them to be afraid to come to school or be afraid to be outside or be afraid to be at home or in a shopping mall or whatever. So we just kind of glaze over the hero aspect of it is what we really focus on. So here's one of the things. These are free from TpT. I just put in Patriot Day and they came up with stuff. So this is my Patriot Day book, and it's just a little book that explains it. And then there are a couple places, I think, where they get to draw. Oh, the back page. Draw a picture of something that makes you proud to be an American on the back. And I made it to where it just flips. Whoops. Ha! There we go. It'll flip up, so they don't have to cut or fold or anything because that's really confusing for them. So it just goes like this, and then this is the back. And then the other book, I just smushed it. This is so-and-so's, I can't read backwards, a book about Patriot Day. You'd think I could read backwards. Anyway, it's got just different pages for them to color the little ribbon, and then I can celebrate Patriot Day by flying the American flag, and they can draw their flag, and they can use our classroom flag as an example. And then I can celebrate I can celebrate Patriot Day by helping at home, at school, or my community, and they'll just draw a picture of them helping someone. So I focus on the hero helping aspect and being proud to be an American and what that means. So that's what we'll do when we get to that point of the day, whenever that is. I still need to test 5 kids. My goal is to get that done during our reading group time so I can actually start reading groups tomorrow. Wish me luck. I'm determined. I want to get it done. We're going to do the best we can. If I have to, I'm going to pull kids during early bus and late bus since I don't have duty. I can at least get 1 kid done during early bus, maybe, and 1 kid done during late bus, maybe, depending on how much they read. These are the newer kids to the district, so I have no idea of their reading ability. A couple of them I have an idea, and they're kind of high. So we'll see how it goes. But I will catch you later. The kids will be here in about 7 minutes, and I need to run to the restroom while I have the chance. So I will talk to you later. Hello. Whew. I just got my class to art on time. Yes! What a great way to start Monday. Whew. Our first 5-day week, and I realized I never showed you my outfit. So better late than never. So I told you I was dressed in red, white, and blue for Patriot Day today, and we'll be talking about the heroes of 9/11 and what that means. So let me show you what I'm wearing. I've got a little tank top on that's kind of a periwinkle blue, and then, sorry, I just kind of I hurried back from the hallway because it was a crazy mess, and I needed some peace and quiet. So here I am. Here's my outfit. Got this tank top, it's kind of a periwinkle blue, and these kind of florally capris. Can't really see that very well. And this little white, like woven sweatery thing. And here are my shoes. little silver sparkly. I think these came from Rue. Yeah, that's a Rue brand. So I haven't worn these very much. And then I have, you can hear my bracelets. These bracelets are from Maurice's. These are. This, if I can get it to go in front here. Wow. This is an Alex and Annie bracelet I got for my birthday, and it's a pineapple, of course. So that's pretty cool. I just stuck it with my other bangles. And then this is another chameleon insert for this ring. And then this jewelry came together in a set from Cato, I believe. And I still have my super long dagger nails. I have not stabbed anybody or myself, so that's a good sign. But I probably will file them down eventually. I just didn't want to mess with them. Because if you do nails, you know that you have to really mess with them to get them all the same length and everything and the same shape. And I just didn't want to deal with it over the weekend. I was tired and I just wanted to chill. So my weekend was fun. My husband made all those cool surprises for me that I showed you on the last video. And I don't remember if I showed you, I think I showed you the cake that he made. It was delicious. And let me tell you, we snarfed the whole stinking thing over the weekend. Even him, who is trying not to eat carbs and things like that because he doesn't want to become a diabetic. That runs in his family. So he's trying to work really hard not to eat lots of carbs and sugar, but that was just too much to resist. So we kind of inhaled the cake over the weekend. It was really super good. And I'm trying to think if there's something else. Oh, on Saturday, we went to lunch at Chili's and we went and saw a movie at the movie theater, which we don't do very often. Because honestly, I really enjoy being able to lounge in my pajamas on my couch watching a movie in the family room. But it's nice for a change to go see a brand new movie. It just came out Friday. It was Home Again with Reese Witherspoon. I thought it was good. I could have done without, you know, the little bedroom things. Like, I don't know why they think they need to put those in a movie. I'm not interested in what other people do. But there was just a little bit of that, and it wasn't terribly graphic, so that was good. I mean, you just kind of knew what they were doing, and they moved on. But it had a really good storyline. I wouldn't take young children to it because they wouldn't get it, but, you know, tweeners would get it. It was a good little family story. I liked it. I really like Reese Witherspoon. Try saying that 3 times fast. So I enjoyed that. Sunday, we just kind of hung out at home. I did laundry. Whee! Life of a teacher, right? On the weekends, you work too to keep your house in order. So yeah. And for supper, we just had some of the leftover barbecue chicken that I had made earlier in the summer. Then I had frozen the leftovers. And we're going to have you're going to take that tonight and make something else with it. And hopefully I'll remember to video what I do so you can see what I make with it. So it's just a twist on the barbecue chicken, which you can do with it besides just sandwiches. So stay tuned. And my kids are at art, like I believe I said. I feel like I'm just very scattered today. We did intervention time, and they came over the loudspeaker 5 minutes before intervention time and said, okay, interventions are about to begin. I thought, oh my goodness, I hope they're not going to do this every single day, because I think we can handle being on time. But, well, most of us anyway. And then they did it again 5 minutes before intervention time was over, which was a little bit of a distraction because today I told you my kids were going to be testing, and I did a fact test. We did an addition test and then a subtraction test just to see where they were and if they could do it. And I just handed out the addition one, and I said, when you're finished, please raise your hand. I'll bring you the other one, because I didn't want them to get confused. One of the teachers asked last week if we would like them copied back to back, and I was like, no, please. I would rather have 2 separate papers, because then we don't have people adding on the subtraction page, subtracting on the addition page after we've given directions. Now, whether they do that after they've been given directions and have been told explicitly this is subtraction, and then they added, then that's a data point too, so we'll know where to start. But I didn't want them being confused and starting on the wrong side. I sent 6 of my lovelies to another group because my classroom and my partner's classroom are going to be together, and then we have a para that's going to take a piece of that. So basically we'll put all the kids together, split them in thirds, and then spread them out for this week. Next week may be a whole other ball game because we're going to have 12 different places that they can go. Since this was kind of a last minute thing on a Friday afternoon, you know what I'm talking about if you saw my last vlog, then you know that's why we did it this way. Just to get it done because we were told. So next week, hopefully we can actually group kids into ability groups, and we can work on the skills that they're having trouble with, or we can enrich those kiddos that are totally ready for moving on. That was the plan all along with this intervention time, but yeah, it just kind of showed up one day. So we're starting. Tomorrow we won't have it because we have this big assembly. It's called the NED Show. I don't know If any of you have ever heard of it, it's supposed to be really good. Our counselor set it up. So that will be during our intervention time tomorrow and probably a little beyond, which is okay. The kids could use a break. And then Wednesday we'll have interventions again, and we'll do our story problem test unless we're told to do otherwise. The assistant principal did catch me in the hallway and asked me what we did today, and I was like, this is what we did today, to kind of figure out where the kids were. So we may get different directions for Wednesday. Hopefully we get them today so we can think on it. And then Thursday we'll have picture day, so we won't have interventions that day. And Fridays are early release day, like I mentioned earlier, so we won't do it that day. So one more intervention day this week, and then we can do things the way we want to do them next week. Tomorrow night is curriculum night, and so my partner teacher and I need to get together and make our slideshow. We just need to change stuff from last year, like our schedules are different, and take some pictures of the kids maybe and put them in. I don't know if we'll have time because it is tomorrow at 5:30, and so we'll have to see if that works. I don't know. I got through an entire Go Math lesson. Yes, I did. All right. So that's my brag for today. And I also want to start doing thankful thoughts. I discussed this with Miss May from One Fab Teacher a couple weeks ago and told her I was going to start doing this on my vlogs. And I totally forgot because I just didn't think about it, because in the chaos of the day-to-day, you kind of do what you remember and you forget everything else, and that's just the way it is. So I want to try to remember to do a thankful thought every day. I don't have one yet. I'm still working on it. Not that I don't have any thankful thoughts, but I want to pick one really good one. So I'll try to remember to do that at the end of each day. That'll be my closing thought for the day, a thankful thought. Because we can find everyone one wonderful thing that happened, or one wonderful student that made your day brighter. There's always one, at least one, hopefully lots, but at least one positive thing. Even if you have a really stinky day and it seemed like everything went wrong, surely one thing you can pick out, even if it was just lunch. Lunch was good. That's a thankful thought right there. So power of positivity, friends. You should always start the day positive and end the day positive. You know, start good and leave it good. And then you're ready for the next day. So that's my goal, is to always have a thankful thought at the end of each day. I'm going to try to get some things done until it's time to get the kids. I have about, I'm doing pretty good today actually. I've got about 40 minutes, maybe 35. Probably should pop into my partner teacher's room right across the hall there and see what's up with the keynote slideshow thingy, because I am not real versed in Apple stuff still. I'm used to PowerPoint. It's very similar. I wasn't able to get my schedule to get in there and not just be a clear background, so I need to figure out how to fix that. But other than that, everything's gone pretty well. I've had to reinforce the expectations that we as a class chose last week for math time, which was 1, level 0, 2, sit still, 3, listen. So we were having trouble with all 3 today, of course. So we'll see how that goes. I did do the number chats in their little journals today. I'll show you what those look like. These. I had the ones I thought we were going to do today up on the board, and it didn't match theirs, so I'm not sure what happened with that. I don't know if I copied them weird or what, but I just said, hey, we'll just go with it. We'll just do what you've got. That'll work. I just dropped them on the floor. Oh well, I'll pick them up later. Okay, I'm going to get back to work, and I will chat with you later. Hi, it is recess time, and it's been another whirlwind day. I think they're just going to feel like that for a while, because I'm trying to get all this extra stuff kind of in, rather than just the regular stuff. And it's like a race to get to the end of the day with things accomplished, and not just get to the end of the day and have a stack of things left over, because we just really don't have time to make things up. We kind of need to get things done each day and then move on. So the kids will be at recess for another 6 minutes or so. And then we have our last 40 minutes of the day, which will be spent talking about Patriot Day and doing our little books and activities, and then packing, and then spreading to our different pickup/bus areas. And then, oh, sorry, I just kicked the tripod. Then maybe I can just take a breather, have a drink of water, and regroup for tomorrow. Yes. And then I'll have a good almost hour, about 50 minutes, I'd say, to kind of get my head straightened out for tomorrow before it's time to go again. Because my daughter will come over on the shuttle about 3:40. And so, yeah, I'll have a good 50 minutes where I can kind of get things together for the rest of the week. Get my head wrapped around tomorrow. We have an assembly in the morning so that I don't have to worry about math intervention time. And that'll be good. My kids were pretty good while I was testing. I had to remind them a little bit, but I spread the desks out a little more, so they were just in 2s instead of 4s. That made a huge difference. And also, a few of the boys, I reminded them that we need to be 2 monster scooches away from anyone else so we can do our work and get it done. Hopefully they'll remember that last week when we had ketchup and pickles time, the people that didn't have any work left over got to pick something fun from the challenge bins, and they had to do work that they should have gotten done earlier in the week, and who knows why they didn't get it done. One reason or another, they were having trouble with it, or most likely they just weren't finishing because they were spacing out or something. I don't know. But I think that will get better. I don't think I really have to say much because they will see what they're missing out on if they do have to make up the work during ketchup and pickles time. And I think that will take care of itself. Now, if I have a person that's constantly always having stacks and stacks of paper to do, then I will have to talk to them because I do not give them that much work. Their morning papers should take them like 6 minutes probably. Really. It should. Because it's just review. So if they're having trouble, maybe there's either a problem with the paper, maybe they're not understanding part of it, or maybe they just need to focus better. So we'll have to see what the deal is with that. Because I don't want them to miss pickles time all the time. Plus, sometimes during that time on Fridays, we'll be doing mad science. And I have a special costume. I cannot wait to reveal that to you. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. Oh, I have a bad habit of kicking this tripod when I'm standing over here. I need to stand still. Rule number 2, Mrs. Bond, stand still. Okay, so I should probably get myself together. I finally put my lips back on after lunch. I think I had eaten off most of my lip gloss. That kind of happens. We teachers don't get to touch up our makeup. I bring my makeup bag every day. Do I ever look at it? Basically goes in my bag in the morning and goes back out of my bag when I get home. So mostly I bring it in case I have a parent meeting or something. I can touch up whatever's going wrong up here in the face area. And the only thing I really ever try to do is put more lipstick on after lunch because it tends to be pretty faded. And then it goes the rest of the day. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just went to the office and I just saw some papers on my desk. But that's okay. I can turn them in when I go upstairs to leave today. Plus, I need to print my daughter's picture again. She had to do an art project of her favorite artist, and I can't even remember the guy's name. He's a newer guy. And she had to do some kind of a drawing in the style of his art and also kind of get a piece that he had done and take a picture of it or get a Google image of it or whatever and print it out to put with it to compare, I suppose. So I did print to the color printer, and yet it wasn't there. And it's anybody's guess. It could have ended up in someone else's stack of papers, or it could have just not printed because it just didn't feel like it today. It's Monday. Who knows? So I will try that again, and I will try to catch you after school. I only have 2 kids left to level test. I'm so excited. I should be able to get that done while the other little squirrels are working on their Patriot Day books after I talk about the day and stuff. That should take like 10 minutes. Because really, short attention span theater, that's what we have in 1st grade. So, 5-10 minutes, and that's about it. We'll get in, focus on what we're talking about, and I'll give them their little work, and they'll zing to their work spots and get crack-a-lackin' so I can level test the last 2 kiddos and be done with that until the end of 1st quarter, which is fast approaching, actually, at the end of October, or middle of October. I'll be testing again. Yeah, so I want to get this done so that I'm not just constantly testing. I'd like to actually teach during reading groups now. That'd be fun. Yeah. Okay, so that's my plan, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hello there. It is after school on Monday, and I am so happy to announce I got all my reading testing done. Ah! So excited. Cannot tell you how excited I am. Now comes the job of grouping the kids and figuring out what the heck we're doing tomorrow. So I can do that. Thankfully, we do reading groups in the afternoon, so even if I don't get my creds together before I leave today, which is not looking too promising, to be honest, I will have time, theoretically, during plan time tomorrow. If not, we will just do an introductory lesson for everybody. That'll be fine, as long as I have the kids in their groups. That's the biggest thing. I already have a letter sounds book I want us to work on, and then I kind of will just pick out a book for each group to read, and that won't be too bad. I think it'll work fine. So I do kind of need to get kids grouped tonight so I can have my creds together for tomorrow, because I'll need to pull books and stuff. But I'll make it work, whatever happens. Tomorrow's a big assembly. It's supposed to be really cool and fun. Hope the kids enjoy it. I had 2 kids gone today, but thankfully I had already tested them. Yay. But they will need to take their math assessment that they missed today during math intervention. So I need to get those kids finished tomorrow too. That'll be fun. Trying to squeak out time for that. It'll happen somehow. It always does. Trying to think if anything else interesting happened.
Teachers, please dismiss early buses at this time. Again, please dismiss early buses at this time.
And the early buses can now leave. Yay. So now I have to put all my results for my reading testing on my little form and then send it to the principal and the reading teacher. I think she still wants it. I'm not sure. Anyway, and I need one for me, so printing it out won't be too bad. I printed my daughter's picture for her art thing and it didn't print, like I said. So I have sent it again, so we'll see what happens. But I can check on it when I go up there, and if it's not there, I'm going to take my computer with me so I can print it right there. Yeah. If not, I don't know what we're going to do because there's something funky going on with my connection. So whatever, we'll figure it out. So yeah, that's what's going on today. Gonna finish my stuff. I think I've turned off, except my board, I've turned off all the lights around the room and the lamps. I haven't done that yet. But like my little pineapple lights that are like back here, like back there. Those lights are turned off, and the lights to the left of me are turned off. And yeah, I need to turn off lamps as I go. I've already got my power cord rolled up and put in a little bag for my computer. I'm supposed to be getting another one because I don't know if you heard the story earlier in my vlogs in the summer, but one of my kitties, I think I falsely accused Pikachu. I don't think he was the culprit. I think it was Onyx. I think she chewed up my cord because right after that, I saw her chew up my earbuds, my brand new ones, little poop. And I had to get new ones. And then she really likes to chew on cord, so you gotta watch out. She likes shoelaces. She likes to chew my daughter's Converse shoelaces, which, does she know how expensive those are? I think not. So I'm like, don't leave your shoes laying around. She will chew them. The little decorations on the end of flip-flops, she will chew those. Little hangy things off your bag, she'll chew those. My daughter got a really cute pink from Victoria's Secret bag for school this year and next year. I told her it has to last her 2 years because she's almost done. And she got this cute little poof ball pom-pom that her boyfriend gave her. And, of course, the cat was like, what? Pom-pom. And she tried to chew that to death. I'm like, keep that in your room. She's going to destroy everything. They destroy my plants, all of them. Like, they eat my plants. So my beautiful flowers that I got for my birthday are in the bathroom, where it smells really good, but I have to go in there to visit them often so I can smell the pretty flowers. That's just weird. It's a weird thing about cats that I never knew till we had cats. I didn't know they chewed stuff like dogs. And there's not enough up to keep things away from cats because they climb on everything and they jump on everything. So unless you hang it from the ceiling, you're kind of out of luck as far as keeping it away from them, unless you close it in a room and they can't open the door. Thankfully, none of them have learned how to turn the doorknob yet. But I'm not too sure they're not plotting right now because I think they get into little kitty huddles and try to figure stuff out because I see them looking and trying to, like the velociraptors on the Jurassic Park movies and stuff, how they're always thinking. My cats are kind of like that. Yeah, I think one of these days we may be surprised what they do. Anyway, enough with that nonsense. I got my giveaway box from Elizabeth Corbit today, so I'm going to open that up when I get home. I don't want to open it now and then have everything fall out. Plus, I don't really have time to go through it right now because I got some school stuff to do. But I should have time when I get home to open it up and just show everybody what is in here, because it should be really cool. It's pretty heavy, honestly. Pretty good sized box. So thank you, Elizabeth Corbit. I really, really appreciate it. And that's very exciting. So, and she's going to do another giveaway sometime. So stay tuned to her channel. If you're not subscribed, you should go check it out. I'll try to link her channel below unless I forget, and then I'm really, really sorry. But I will do my best. So this is coming up tonight, along with a new recipe. What's up with the hair? I could feel it on my eyelash. That is so freaky. Okay, anyway, a new recipe that I will share with you tonight. Not anything super amazing or anything, but tasty and something you could put in the freezer and whip out when you want it later, which that's always good because none of us has a lot of energy at the end of the day to do anything with cooking. Yeah. So I'm going to get my stuffs together, turn off all my lamps and stuff. My daughter will be here in about half an hour. We'll scooty scoot out of here. I'll get home. I'll open this box. I'll make the recipe. And then I can get my stuff together for tomorrow's curriculum night. I really don't know how many people will come. Last year, I think I had 4. 4 parents. And that's okay. I mean, really, I kind of feel like it's the 4th week of school. They pretty much know the scoop by now. I do communicate with my parents. I've already talked to all of them. I do send a newsletter home every week. And so they kind of know what's going on already. But I did email all of them this weekend and say, hey, if you're interested in knowing more about first grade, or if you have questions, please plan to attend our curriculum night, blah, 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 blah. So we'll see how many people come. But We've got a little keynote presentation ready. We're just going to throw some new pictures in there and move things around from last year because our schedule is different. Have a few different teachers, and that'll be good. And we'll probably pass out volunteer forms for those that want to come in and be like a secret reader or to help with things at school, because you have to have a background check and a fingerprint thing before you can come work in the school for safety reasons. So we'll probably have that available, and they'll just chit chat and kind of lay out what first grade looks like from beginning to end, and that'll be our night. And then I can go home, cook supper again, or maybe we'll have leftovers. I don't know. Depends on how things turn out tonight. So anyway, I will chat with you later when I get home and show you what's what. Hello, I'm home. Yay. So I didn't make any recipe today because we ended up having to go to Walmart to pick up a prescription and a trifold presentation thing for something that Caitlin has to do for art, I think. Something for somewhere. And if you know anything about Walmart pharmacies, you know they are slower than the tortoise in The Tortoise and the Hare, because they just don't have any oomph to get anything accomplished very quickly. So that probably wasted about half an hour of our lives that we will never get back. So because of all that, didn't make any recipe. I just decided on the way home that I would make beef burgers, which I've shown you before, and throw in some seasoned fries that I got at Walmart's freezer section. And I grabbed some hamburger buns while I was there. And we're going to have baked beans that I made last night. So everything's leftovers except for the hamburger. Now, if you haven't seen my beef burgers, basically they're loose meat sandwiches like they have in Iowa. I grew up there, and that's what we ate. Sometimes my grandmother made them. They're really good. It's basically a hamburger that's chopped up. That's all it is. Just like you're going to make spaghetti meat. You chop it up and brown it with seasonings. That's what you do. You just put hamburger seasonings in it like you're going to make hamburgers. You just don't patty them up and you brown them in your skillet. Matter of fact, you can see it right there. So, or back there, whatever. They're just simmering while the French fries are finishing. But I thought I would pop on here and show you that I got my giveaway thing from Elizabeth Corbit. So thank you, Elizabeth Corbit. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. I feel terrible that you had to spend this much on postage, though. Holy guacamole. That's awful. Okay, so here we go. I'm opening the box. I don't think you can see that very much, but it's packed very nicely. Feels pretty heavy. Let me take out the... Oh, wow. Oops, I think I just lost it. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got pretty washi tapes. See those? They're cute. Those will be cute in my planner. And, oh, you know, every teacher is an office supply junkie. You know, we have stashes. We can quit anytime. Yeah, we can. Look at all these cute little thingies. Push pins, which I have a bulletin board right next to my desk. That would be awesome. And little binder clips. Can never have enough of those. Oh, and I have smiley faces and emoji faces. Those are so cute. I love the vinyl covered paper clips. I hate regular paper clips now. I've been spoiled. So this is awesome. Thank you. What else we have? Oh, these are so cool. So these awesome little sticker packs. Oh, my kids will flip for these. Look at all these awesome. They're so cute. Look at all the little animals. Oh, they will love this. This will be great for spelling tests and things. How cute. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. Oh, look at those little smoochies. Thank you, thank you. Oh, these are my absolute, not kidding, my favorite mechanical pencils in all the universe. These are the only things I use when I do my reading testing, my running records. These are the only pencils I will use. I love them. They write so smoothly. I love their erasers, which actually use a click eraser because you know I erase too much. And I love that it has the little combo pack stuff. And it's got a bonus big pencil here. Cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are my favorite in the world. Oh, some more cute little stickers. Look at those. Those are so cute. Pikachu's helping. Come, buddy. Come back there. Oh, some more washi tape. How cute. Oh, these are so cute. Look at those. Those cute. Oh my goodness. I better get my planner out and start stickering them up. Sidewalk chalk. Ooh. You know what? I got a chalkboard pineapple at Hobby Lobby that I have not dared do anything with. This would be amazing for that. I could put little notes on there or whatever. So cute. Thank you. And then, oh, some cute little dry erase markers. Very nice. That'd be great for my little messages to my very important pineapple, which we just started today. Those look like pretty colors too. Thank you. And the pièce de résistance. Awesome books. Monster Diaries. That's awesome. I've never read this one, and I actually, can you believe, don't have this one. I can't believe it either. Because we do like a monster unit in October, because I don't do witches and stuff like that. But I do monsters, and I do like pumpkins and spiders and bats. Very cool. Look, Mom, the monsters. Super cute. I cannot wait to read these to the kids. Oh, and I love the Stinky Face books. Happy Halloween, Stinky Face. Super, super cute. I love these. Thank you. Oh my goodness, there's more. Goodness, lady. Do you have anything left at home? Oh, this one's really in there. Let's see if I can get a hold of it. Holy moly. Oh, this is the graph paper. I think. Yeah, look at that. Look how cute that will be for the planner. And I have the teacher planner from Create 365. Me and my big ideas. I have one of those. Happy planners, teacher planners. Thank you. That's amazing. There's more. Holy moly, woman. One more thing. I can get out. I can't get a hold of this one. Bang it. Bang it like I mean it. There we go. Woo. There. Got to the bottom of the box. Yay. And this is cool lined note paper. Oh, I love taking notes. This will be great for staff meetings or doodling when I'm really bored in the staff meetings. You know, another meeting that could have been an email kind of applies to a lot of those meetings that we go to. Sad but true. Oh, Elizabeth Corbit, you're the bomb.com. Look at all these amazing things. All these awesome books for Halloween time. These awesome papers for my planner. Awesome stickers for me and possibly the kids. Very cool. The dry erase markers, the office supplies, the cute little washies, the sidewalk chalk, and my most favoriteest ever pencils in the world. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will use them and think of you every time I open them. Good morning. It is Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, September 12th. And I'm just heading off to school. My traveling companion, partner in crime, is sick today. So she's gonna stay home and sleep. She has that cruddy gunk in her head and her chest, and she did not sleep well at all. She kept waking up because she couldn't breathe, had to blow her nose, you know how that is. So she's gonna take it easy today. She kind of has a light course load today anyway, so she's gonna sleep part of the day and then get ahead on some homework for the other parts of the week, which will be a good idea. I have curriculum night tonight starting at 5:30, and it should last about 30 minutes, so that will be fine. I'm doing it with my partner teacher in her room, which is how we did it last year, and we just kind of go over expectations for first grade. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm on a gravel road and there's a lot of traffic coming because it's a school day. Okay, so we go over expectations in first grade. We kind of go over our schedule and how we do things. We explain like centers and just different activities, and we have time for the parents to ask questions if they have any. And we also, sorry, my hair's going to be weird. We have time to hand out volunteer forms. If parents want to be able to come into the classroom, they would have to fill out this volunteer form where they get a background check and a fingerprint thing, I think. No, I don't think they get fingerprint. I think it's just a background check because I don't think they have to go anywhere. They just bring the form back to the office, and then the district does a background check on the person, and then they let them know if they're approved or not, and then they can come be a volunteer in our classrooms. And one of the things that I've liked to do in the past that I haven't done for a couple of years is to have a mystery reader or secret reader, and that person just comes in and they never know who it's going to be. The students don't, and they just come and read like a picture book to the class, which is really fun. So I've had, I think, 5 maybe parents fill out the little volunteer form that I sent for Meet the Teacher Night, saying that they were interested in that, and so those people would need volunteer forms to fill out to do that. So that will be good. Plus, also on that little form that I sent home from myself, I asked if anybody would like to cut things out for me or put things together for me. And I had several people interested in that as well. So I'll try to take advantage of that. That would be good for, like, I don't know, stapling things that you can't just do on the copier. Compiling things, stuff like that. Putting stuff together for booklets. That would be a good thing. So I'll try to find some things I can send home to all those mamas that filled out the papers. When I get to school, I need to choose books for my reading groups that are going to start today. Yay! So I was able to sort my students into groups. Since I have 20 students, I decided to go 3 groups of 4 and a group of 6, because the group of 6 is kind of my medium group, and I think the personalities in that group I think will be fine in a group of 6, and I do have enough room for 6 at my reading table. The lowest group I thought would be better if it was smaller, so I did 4. The highest group I thought would be better if it was smaller, so I did 4. And then I'm going to just call them the squirrely group. I thought it would be better if there were only 4 in that group too, because then maybe we'll get something accomplished and not have to constantly be asking them to stop doing things. Plus, I can spread them out more at the table. We could even take some chairs out so they're not right up against each other. So that would be good, I think. And I can play around with that too. I haven't told them their color group names yet because I kind of wanted to see how today went first. So I think today will be kind of ironing out the kinks type of a deal. We'll get reading groups going, and then next week we're going to jump into centers and math stations full force. I've been showing them the components of math stations the last week and this week, trying to get them really confident on doing their math journals on their own. I'm just going to give directions at the beginning of math, like right after I do the whole group lesson. I'll just kind of do an overview of, okay, for stations today, you're doing blah, 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 these things. I've structured it in the past where I had 4 rotations, and I think that'll work well with 20 students. One group comes to me for kind of like specialized math help or enrichment, whatever the case may be for that particular group or that particular day. And then there's a partner math game they can do at a rotation, the math journal, and one of them was iPads. But I think I'm also going to throw in a fact page because I don't know when else I would do it. And learning math facts is really, really, really important when you're first starting math, because they are foundational in order to be able to build upon your other math, or build other math upon. So I already have 2 giant fact practice resources from TpT that I love, and I interchange them. So we're going to start doing that this week, so they'll kind of get the format of the math pages and what they're supposed to do. And we've been learning different strategies so they can use those to help them complete the math papers. But we'll see how that goes. The rotations are only going to be about 10 minutes, so they're going to need to learn to really get cracking on it. And I think I may make it to where they have to finish their paperwork things before they can move on to the iPads and the math game. So for example, the math journal needs to be finished before you move on to your iPad station, and the fact page needs to be finished before you move on to the game station. So I'm going to see if I can structure the rotations like that, so that that's how things fall in order. That way they have a little extra work time if they need it, because then that will encourage them to work faster, hopefully, and correctly, because we're going to talk about how it doesn't do any good to write just any old answer, because I'm going to make them correct their paper if it's wrong. Because there's no point in learning things the wrong way or practicing wrong. That's just a waste of time. So, yeah. Last Friday I talked about ketchup and pickles time, and I had a lot of students, like over half the class, that had pickles work to do, or sorry, ketchup work to do. And a couple of students had like a whole folder of work, like, have you been at school the last 3 weeks? What have you been doing every day? Because honestly, I don't give them more than what they should be able to finish in the allotted time. if they're doing their work. Now, if they're being chatty Cathys and piddly-dinking around and just not doing it, then of course they don't get it done. But your general first graders should be able to finish these papers that I give them. And I only give them stuff that I think is important for them to practice on, like letters and letter sounds, and also math, a little bit of reading. So just stuff like that. And they don't get homework, so it's not like I'm sending home scads of homework and also plying them with work at school. We're trying to work harder at school and smarter at school. Sorry, there's a lot of traffic right now because it's everybody going to work in school. Yeah, trying to get all our work done at school so they can just play when they get home. And they won't get any reading sent home until next week because we need to read a few books and have some under their belts before they can take them home. Because I want to read with them a couple times before I send a book home with them to impress their families with. So that's how that works. So today for reading groups, we'll probably I'll start them off on their letter sounds book, and we'll do that at the beginning of each reading session. And my high readers probably won't even need to work on that, but we'll just go through it anyway. And then I have a sight word book that has lists of 10 words, and it's from Reagan Tunstall's TpT Store if you're interested. But I do a different color for each cover of the book. So there are 10 lists in each booklet and 10 words on each list. So once they finish a list, they get to stamp the front cover of their book with a dot marker. I don't like being with semis on this road. Anyway, they love it. And then when they fill up their book, they go to the next level and they get to pick something out of the treasure chest, which is always good. None of my students have earned the treasure chest as of yet, but it's coming because I have a stack of papers that I have not looked at for the last few days. So I need to get my stuff together so that they can earn their punches on their card and start getting prizes, because I think that is a great motivator for people to get their hinders in gear and get their work turned in. I used to kind of not hound students about homework, but I would ask them about it and say, what's your homework? I didn't see your homework. You haven't been doing your homework. Blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, oh, goodness, sometimes it's really not their fault if they do homework or not. There's a person pulled over here, and I want to get over, so I'm out of the way. Pulled over on a Central Dairy truck. Okay, there we go. Wow. A lot of happenings today on the road. Anyway, I used to ask the students about their homework and kind of be like, you really need to do your homework, it's really important, blah, blah, blah. And then when I started doing homework cards, I just kind of let it take care of itself, and it pretty much does. The students that cared about their homework did it. You know, students that didn't care about their homework didn't do it, and they didn't get rewarded for it. But the ones that weren't doing it, a lot of times, excuse me, were the ones that didn't have any help at home. Excuse me, so I didn't really think it was their fault. And so this year, like last year I sent home spelling homework. I really didn't see enough of a return as far as them learning their words, sending that home every week. So this year, I told you I did the pineapple passwords instead. I have not given them a spelling test yet because I didn't get a chance to have them work on their words every day last week, and I kind of shoved it into 2 days, and I didn't really think that was fair. So I'm just going to let the first week go and do a spelling test this week. Thank goodness. A lot of traffic this morning. Yeah. So that's my plan so far. When I get to school, I'll show you my outfit, because I don't like to have to change for these parent things. It's just kind of, it's more stuff to drag to school and more stuff to forget at school. So I've got plenty that I drag in every day anyway. Excuse me. So I'm already dressed for curriculum night, which, I mean, I'm not in a fancy outfit, but I'm in a nice outfit, which, I mean, I've been wearing nice, I guess, outfits to school anyway. That would have been fine for curriculum night any day, except maybe my a little less dressy capri type outfits, but even that would have been acceptable. But I like to dress a little nicer for parent things. Anyway, so we have our big NED assembly today, the NED Show. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know how that goes. Never heard of it, and I decided I wasn't, goodness, excuse me. Morning crud. We did get a link so we could check out the NED Show from the counselor, but I kind of wanted to be surprised, and so I did not click on the link because I thought that would be more interesting and fun if I just let it be a surprise.
Friend with the spiky hair. His name is Ned. Everybody say, "What's up, Ned?" Ned's a great guy, and we travel around together all the time. But, today, we had a crazy adventure on the way to your school. Is it okay, Ned, if I tell them what you did this morning? Cool, thanks, dude. So this morning, I was getting ready to come to your school, and I was looking good. I walk out, I get in my car, drove over to Ned's house. But Ned wasn't waiting out front like he normally is. So I started honking on my horn. Well, I think I woke Ned up because he came out looking like this. He wasn't ready. So I said, "Ned, what are you doing, man? We gotta get to Heritage Elementary. Get in the car." And Ned said, I said, "What do you mean, And Ned said, Everybody say bonjour. Everybody say, Guys, now you can speak and laugh in French. Nice job. Good. Now Ned was so excited, he decided to take the elevator to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Going up. And when he got up there, he noticed there was a restaurant on top, and Ned was really hungry. So he ordered his favorite French food, spaghetti. He put the noodles up on his fork. He sprinkled on some cheese. There's a meatball, and he slurped the whole thing up. You've got to learn from those mistakes.
Well, that's better. The lighting over here is so much better than over by my desk. So I dropped the kids off at music, and then we'll have lunch, and we'll come back and do rest and read, and then we're going to start reading groups for the first time. Yay! So I need to get my Heidi in gear and pick out books for all those groups, which I think I mentioned in the car earlier. We had the NED Show assembly today. It was amazing. It was a one-woman show, but she was so entertaining and so energetic. The kids were just mesmerized. None of my students had any behavior issues at all, which I really didn't think they would. Generally, during an assembly, kids are pretty good. Even the squirrely whirlies, unless the assembly is terribly quiet and they can't hear, or if it's kind of boring and it doesn't interest them. But generally, assemblies pretty much keep their attention. Sorry, I can see my door window and it's very distracting. That's why I like to be turned around sometimes. But I was afraid that someone might need me for something. Since we have curriculum night tonight, I thought my partner teacher might need something from me. I did send her a class picture to put in our slideshow. I think it's ready except for that. We have the iPads today, so I think we might do Kahoot. My students in the past have always loved doing Kahoot, so we might do one on space, since that's what we're supposed to be learning in science now, and I haven't done anything with that because there just hasn't been time, honestly. So we're going to try to put that in there with our iPad time. So 2 birds and 1 stone, okay? We'll have to do Healthy Heritage another day because I don't think going down to the soccer field in my dress is a great plan right before curriculum night. Hello, parents. I'm a stinky teacher. Yes. So let's not do that today. Today has been pretty good. We didn't do a actual full-fledged Go math lesson, but I was reinforcing concepts that we've been learning, adding to. I was using the vocabulary, and we did a couple of journal pages for our math notebooks. So they did a frog page, which was just like the dragonflies I showed you before and the cats in the grass. Today was frogs in a pond, and they had to cut the frogs out and put them in the pond and circle a group and then add the two groups together and put the total and then write their number sentence. And then I showed them this page called Dicey Addition, where they had dot cubes already on the page and they had to count the dots and say how many dots are on this cube, how many dots are on this cube, add them together and put the answer, so that they would know how to play the game that I had for them. They got to shake the dice cup, and then they had dot cubes inside the dice cup, and they would write down how many dots on each die, add them together, and put the answer, just like on the journal page. I still had a couple of students, and they're like, what do we do? And I'm like, it's just like what we did. Let me show you. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. So then they got it. Really, I don't think they didn't know how to do it. They just weren't listening. It just boiled down to not listening to directions. We're having a little bit of trouble focusing on my voice. So I'm not always going to use the class thing, but I do expect them to repeat back to me, yes, yes, however I say class, and then stop talking. So this whole morning was focused on that. I would say class, and they'd say yes, yes, and I go, and now you're done. There's no more talking. And all of them were like, so every time I did that, because they need to just know as soon as they say yes, yes, that's it. You're listening. Otherwise, there's no point. It's just chaos. So sometimes I'll use Hootie the Owl. I don't think I've had you listen to him. He's my doorbell chime. Let me get him real quick. Just kind of hiding down here in my basket. So I've said this is Hootie the Owl, and he's back here, by the way. Back behind these deals on the wall in the plug. And I've mentioned before that the kids have looked for him, and I'm like, you're not going to find him because he's invisible. He's kind of magical. And you won't see him, but you can hear him. And he only says things when he needs you to listen. So if you hear him go off, that means you need to be quiet. So that's one of my attention signals, and it's just this little wireless doorbell remote. I just got it from Amazon. You can get them at Home Depot and probably Walmart, but it was like, I don't know, $7, I think, last summer. So they probably have some about the same as what I have. So that's a good attention getter. I also have a bell that I have not used on my desk, and I just ring it 3 times, ding, 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 and it stands for stop, look, and listen. And that's another thing to do. The only thing about that is if you're somewhere out in the classroom and you don't have this on you, can't really use it very well until you run back to your desk. But Mr. Greg is the one I got the idea from, and what he does is he hot glues a clothespin to the back, and then you can clip it to yourself. I did that last year, and then I knocked the clothespin off, and I didn't put a new one on. So I should probably do that, and then I could clip it to my lanyard, or I could clip it to the top of my shirt or something, or my sleeve, and then I would have it available. That would be handy to save my voice, because I think, I don't know, they kind of tune you out after a while. Just like when you hear your mom calling your name for supper and you kind of you tune her out. They kind of do that to their teacher sometimes too. Let me put this back real fast so I don't lose it. A couple of my friends have earned stickers for their Super Improvers card on the wall, so that's been a great reinforcer, because then the other students are like, oh, I was doing that too. And I'm like, great, keep up the good work, and I will notice next time, I'm sure. So that was awesome. One girl was the only one, and she's my terrific kid, Very Important Pineapple. She's the only one that responded when I said class. She said yes, yes, and I went, who said that? And I had 3 hands go up, and I said, it was a girl. I know the girl's voice. And of course, she's very shy, and she's kind of like, and I said, was it you? And she said, yeah. I said, thank you so much for listening and following directions quickly. You can get a sticker after lunch, just to remind me. And I don't know if she'll remember. I don't think I'll remember. So I put an alarm on my phone to go off at noon when we should probably be back in the classroom. And so that'll work. And then one of my more outspoken gentlemen, I'll say, was super, super quiet in the hallway waiting for the restroom. And I try to catch him being good. I really try to reinforce that. Oh, I noticed you were being good. That was awesome. So I said, oh my goodness, friend, thank you so much for following directions and being silent in the hallway. That's amazing. I would like to give you a sticker after lunch. Will you help me remember? I'm going to put your name on my alarm with this other girl, so remember to give you both your stickers. And there was another staff member in the hallway, and she said, oh, his eyes just lit up. And I said, yeah, it's pretty cool when they get to have a sticker. And I said, especially one of your students that tends to not always do the right thing all the time, I really, really try hard to catch them doing something amazing so that I can praise them. And then they're more likely to do nice things throughout. And because they get so much negative reinforcement, please sit still, please, please do this, please do this, please do this. But if you can catch them doing the awesome thing that they're doing, that's even better. I realized that I told you I was going to do a thankful thought each day, and then I totally didn't. So yesterday's thankful thought will be that we got through the entire day of lesson plans. Yay. Because they followed directions a lot better. So that was my thankful thought. We were able to accomplish things yesterday. So yay. And hopefully that will happen today too. I told them we had the assembly today, and that kind of took up a lot of extra time. Not just the little block that I intended for it to take up, but a little bit more. So to make up for that, they're going to get to have some more work time after lunch when I start reading groups, because we're not going to do centers yet. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted. I'm going to turn this way. And then I can't really, well, I can see the door now right there, but I won't be so distracted maybe. So as I was saying, we will not start regular centers and workstations till next week, but today they'll get to have work time, and I'll start introducing the different things that they get to do. And I need to put more things in these little deals. I need to switch them out because they have spring things in them right now. I'm pretty sure it's got like Easter stuff in it and some spring things like butterflies for May. So I need to switch them out. I have some ABC boot camp activities where it's like letters and letter sounds and 3-letter words and CBCE words that they can work on in there. And I also have some pineapple centers, which I think they will really enjoy. And I have a couple of little puzzle things I could do, so I think that would be good. We'll start that probably next week. They'll just do center drawers, and that'll be the first couple things they do, is center drawers and writing. So just kind of start simple and go from there. I don't want to overwhelm them, and I want to teach the procedures slowly so that they do it right the first time, and I don't have to go back and redo it maybe till after Christmas. That would be amazing, because we're getting a late start on our reading groups because it took so long for me to test the students, just the way it worked out. But it's done now. I'm so excited. We get to start today. They're very excited. They'll get to start picking books out of the classroom library now for their independent reading time and their partner reading time. So they're super excited about that. That'll be cool. We'll start that on Monday probably so that it's fair. Because by then I should know which people I want in which group, and then I can assign them groups. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see it here, but oh yeah, my center wheel right there. There's a color for each group. And then over here, if I can go the right direction, this little chart thingy here that's got the 4 rectangles stuck together that get different colors. I put the students' names on there, and then they know who's in their group. So like the green group would be these names, and the orange group would be these names. Then they know what color they are on the wheel and which things that they can choose from up there. So I'll change that every day, so that'll be good. I don't remember if I told you this yesterday, but I've started writing people's names on the board who get to have the desks each day. I started just for math, and I thought, well, why can't they just have them the whole day? It'd just be so much easier. Save a lot of trying to figure out where to go, and too many people crowded up together. So I split the desks apart. As you can see, they're in 2s now. That works so much better than 4s, because with 4s, it's too much talking. They can't not talk. It's not possible. They just are very social creatures, just like teachers at a teacher's lounge or at a meeting. And so I thought if I spread them apart more, they'll just be talking to that one person, hopefully. And they know that when they're on the floor working on a rug or a cushion or a beanbag, they're not supposed to be by the desks, because that's where other people are working. They're supposed to be 2 huge monster steps away from anybody else while they're working. So I don't know if you can see the board from here, but right there, whoop, there, that list of blue names, those are the people that can sit at a desk today. And I actually snapped a picture on my phone last night. I kept the old list up, put the new list next to it, snapped a picture, erased the old list and the new list, and rewrote the new list so I can keep track of who's doing what. And since I have 8 desks and 20 students, it's not going to be as easy as half the class sits at the desk today and half the class sits tomorrow. But I will probably just go to this group and this group sit at the desk today, this group and this group sit at the desk tomorrow, like that. Because I think it'll just be easier, and then they'll know, like, Monday's my day, Tuesday's their day, whatever, if it works out that way. Now, when we don't have one of the days of the week, it'll mess things up, but we'll make it work. It'll happen. So right now I need to go pick out books because I won't have time after lunch, and I want to be able to eat my lunch with some teachers. So that will be good. And I'm going to go do that, and I'll talk to you later. Hi. I am happy to say that I got through 3 of the 4 reading groups after situating all of the rest of the class and taking the time to make sure that everyone had a good working spot, that they were 2 huge monster scooches away from other people, that they remembered our working conditions like the quiet voice, staying on spot, doing your work, not messing around, yada, yada, yada. Then I did all the introductory things for 3 out of the 4 groups, which I have 1 lower group, 2 that are on grade level, and 1 that's above grade level. And so my above grade level group will only meet twice a week, most likely. And the other 2 days they will be doing something on their own. And then the other 3, I'm going to have to figure out how to do it because I really don't have time to meet with 4 groups a day. So I'm going to have to do 2 groups a day probably, and then just switch them. That is going to have to be the way that it goes to spend any quality time with my groups. Now that doesn't mean they're not going to do reading work when they're not with me. So that'll be something I'll have to work out. Last year I did 3 groups a day, and I just alternated the last 2. So like on Monday and Wednesday I would do group 1, 2, and 3. On Tuesday and Thursday I would do groups 1, 2, and 4. Because 3 and 4 were my higher groups. They were above grade level at the time. And my 2 lower groups really needed to meet with me every single day. So my below grade level groups and my close to grade level groups need to meet with me every single day. And if they're above grade level, they can meet with me every other day. And that should work out fine. And then they're very excited to start centers next week. I told them we would do some practice ones toward the end of the week, which that's quickly approaching because it's already Tuesday afternoon. So I need to get my stuff together and put them in the drawers. So I hopefully can get that done in the next few days. My daughter is wanting to start Gamers Club, which is an after-school activity on Wednesdays. And she would be at school until 4:30 instead of coming to my room at 3:45, which is when I can leave. So I've been going back and forth in my head. Do I want to have her to get a ride with someone else? Or do I want to just stay here and go get her? It would only mean me staying here 30 minutes a day extra on Wednesdays. So we'll have to see how that works out. And someone's at my door. So again, there was no one there. Weird. It totally sounded like knocking. It doesn't sound like someone writing on the board. So I don't know if someone was there and they left, or if no one was actually there and I'm just hearing things. Could be either one of those options. So anyway, I may just decide to stay for 30 minutes once a week. And I can get a lot of stuff done. I wouldn't have to do anything at home. Maybe I could do my planning and print stuff out. I could do my copying maybe for the week. That might be good when no one else is here, because nobody else stays pretty much. Except the one across from me. She sometimes stays or leaves and comes back. So I don't know. I'll have to see how that works out, because I really don't want to take away my daughter's opportunity to be in a group after school. I mean, I think that would be important. If it weren't for the fact that we live 25 minutes away, I would just say take the car. But I don't really want to have 2 cars here, and I don't want to like drive home and come back and get her, because basically in that amount of time, that's all I'd have time to do is drive home and come back. That would be silly. I really wouldn't even have time to do that. I wouldn't get back in time to pick her up, really. So my only options are to have her go home with someone else or to stay. So I'm leaning on staying, just that 30 minutes. It wouldn't be a big deal. And then once a month on Wednesdays, we have a staff meeting anyway. So on those days, I would just have her drive our car over to her school and then come back and get me, because there's no way our meetings are over before 4:30 anyway. So that would work out okay. So really only 3 Wednesdays out of the month, most of the time, would be me staying 30 minutes and working in my room, which would probably be okay. That might work out. Anyway, just kind of thinking out loud. Sorry, I kind of do that sometimes, just to kind of hear my thoughts and what makes sense. Oh my goodness, it's already time to go get those little squidlets. So we're going to do iPads. I was going to do Kahoot with them, but there are so many students that did not get their stuff done in the last hour. And yeah, hour of work that they should have. So I'm going to let the students that finished go on the iPads and do a couple different apps. They'll have a choice. And the ones that didn't finish, hopefully that will spur them on to get their work done so they can get on the iPads too. Because we only get the iPad cart with a class set of iPads once a week. And only half of the day. once a week. And so obviously I'm not going to put them on the iPads all day long or even half the day. They get one little section of the day for that. So I think this would be a good time. I may have them pack first. That seems to work really well. Have them pack because they're motivated to pack. I'll have the ones that are finished with their work pack first. That would be good. That way we don't all have to pack at the same time too, because it's a little crazy. As you can tell, I can't talk either. So I will talk to you later. Hi, I'm home, and I realized that I never got to close out my vlog at school because after school I was getting a test prepared for us to give to our math intervention groups tomorrow, and I had to fix the wording of the problems and then shorten the problems and just do some tweaking, and then copy all of the test papers for all of the first grade classes, of which there are 7. So I got all those ready and deposited to the rooms. We had curriculum night. It went well. It was about 30 minutes long. We had 10 parents show up for between 2 classes. So it was kind of a low attendance. That's about the normal amount of people that come. And now I'm home and getting things laid out for tomorrow, my clothes and my shoes and all that stuff. Trying to figure out what to have for lunch. I think I'm going to have a little snack because I did eat a little something with Caitlin because she was there at school waiting for me to get finished. But I'm probably going to be hungry because I didn't eat a ton. And I realized I didn't do my thankful thought for the day. So we started reading groups today, and I think I mentioned earlier that I did 3 of the 4 groups, which is how it will be. That's all I have time for in a day is 3. But my thankful thought for today is that this class loves to read. Yay! I'm so excited. Even the ones that aren't very high readers just really love books. So they're super excited to start reading groups. The one group that I did not meet with today was very disappointed. I felt bad. I said, you will be the first ones I meet with tomorrow, and that made them very happy. So I will be sure to meet with that group first tomorrow, and they'll get the full meal deal, and everybody else will get a little shortened version because they got the full meal deal today. I don't have to do all the introductory stuff over again with those 3 groups. So I can spend a little more time with the first group and a little less time with the other groups because they already got all the spiel. So they're super excited to start reading with me. They are very happy to read with me for testing. They're all really glad they got to each of them read with me. And they were kind of sad when it was over. And I said, well, we're going to start reading groups and you'll get to read with me every day. And they were so happy. They're very excited to be starting literacy rotations too. So I better get my stuff together for next week because it's going to be on like Donkey Kong next week. Math and literacy stations movement. So that's going to be super good and super fun. We'll see how it goes. I can always scale it back if I need to and say, okay, we're having trouble, working quietly and doing what we need to do. So you can always change things up. That's the great thing about this grade level. They will go with it. They will try anything and they still love you. It's fabulous. They're the best little huggers, let me tell you. So I hope you have had a great day and I hope you have a good night's sleep. I hope I get a good night's sleep. Last night was another not very good sleep night. So hopefully tonight is better. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, get myself ready for bed, and just relax the rest of the evening. Try not to think about too many things and just kind of chill and just be, so I can be rested and ready for what tomorrow brings. So I will talk to you in the morning. Bye, friends.